Italy on Wednesday night.
Well, I'm a boyhood Spurs fan, John, so I'm very happy that they've started off today. It was a perfect game for Thomas Frank, really, at home to a newly promoted team, where they can just get some confidence into the team. They played particularly well, actually, on Wednesday, but the last 15-20 minutes, PSG's quality told, but it's outstanding result at Sunderland.
Outstanding. And a couple of draws in the other two Premier League matches this afternoon. Aston Villa 0, Newcastle 0, and Brighton 1, Fulham 1. Here it's 0-0, still relatively early stages, and Andre, much to the relief of Vitor Pereira and everyone connected with Wolves, it looks as though he's been given the all clear to continue. So that was a lengthy stoppage. There was real concern over him, but he's just been held on the halfway line now, and he will be back into the action very shortly. So Wolves 0, Manchester City 0. Wolves, who played 6 matches pre-season, didn't win any of them. But as we know, that's no guide, is it, Chris? It could go completely the other way, can't it, pre-season results?
Yeah, sometimes you hear teams and hear supporters saying we've won every game, so we're going to have a good season, and then you don't win for the next sort of 5-6 games. Pre-season is about building relationships and confidence into the team, and hopefully Wolves have still got some buying to do, but they're looking pretty good, to be fair, so far.
They are. Jurgen Strand, Larsen, little ball, but here's Haaland on the halfway line. 34 goals last season in all competitions. That terribly disappointing season for him, just the 34, as Lewis takes a throw in back towards John Stones. Good to see him back as well, having missed so much of last season. The Manchester City number 5, important for England as well. As you well know, Chris, just 13 starts and 7 substitute appearances for Stones last season because of the various problems. Thomas Tuchel did take him to Spain at the end of last season for their training ahead of the Andorra game, and he went to the FIFA Club World Cup as well, but was just an unused substitute, but is in the team for the start of the season with Akanji among the substitutes, and Nathan Aki as well. And it is Stones who just knocks it across to Ruben Diaz. Rico Lewis receives the ball, turns, looks up. Manchester City, their shirts, their sky blue shirts for this season, with a thin white diagonal stripe across the front of the shirts. White shorts, blue socks, and Wolves, of course, in the old gold, although it's an interesting interpretation of old gold this season. Here's Bob, now down the right, angles it back into the box. Rico Lewis, lovely change of feet, ball across the area, and that is blocked behind at the near post by Agbadu for a corner to Manchester City. Well played, City.
Yeah, great interchange play between Lewis and Bob on the edge of the area. Just flashed it across, it's really well defended. Out for a corner.
Yeah, corner. So again, to be taken by Bernardo Silva. As Chris Powell says, Wolves were rehearsing these in the warm-up, defending set pieces. Bernardo Silva into the near post, that's headed away by Müller-Wolfer. Comes out to Manchester City. Played across by Rico Lewis. Bernardo Silva still here. Left-footed ball in, which is headed across goal. And I think it must have come off a Manchester City head. Yes, it did, because